Hi everybody, this is good old JR Jim Ross, WWE Hall of Famer, and you're watching Damon Nelson and David Hero on the Pro Wrestling Report.
Right now on the Pro Wrestling Report, Prime Time, we go in depth on the next star who should face Brock Lesnar after John Cena. We also take a look back at a very bizarre edition of Monday Night Raw and a solid edition of Impact Wrestling. All this and everything else from the week of professional wrestling right here, right now on My 24 Milwaukee.
This is the Pro Wrestling Report, Primetime TV, the longest-running pro wrestling news program in the world, with your hosts, David Hero and Damian Nelson.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report, Primetime Saturday night. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Octavius Tiberius Hero. How are you? Here on September 6th.
I'm fantastic.
Really? It's 9614.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
And?
In the UK, they say 6914.
Well, that would get you slapped.
Let's go right into it, folks. And this week's WWE Report is what we will start with. And wow, what a brutal edition of WWE Raw this past Monday night, David Hero. And it was led in its brutality by the growing up Bella segments. I have said the Bella McMahon feud has been fantastic. It was one of the matches I was looking most forward to at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Nikki turns on Brie, and now Nikki's trying to make Brie look like the evil one, blah, 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 blah.
Why? You would think that Brie would be the evil one.
Keep it in the ring.
Keep it in the ring?
I don't need to see these segments about the homecoming and proms and the stuff that happened in their childhood. It does nothing for me. This did nothing to further this feud, in my opinion. It was more obnoxious than anything else.
Yeah, no one's going to feel sorry for two pretty girls. If you really think about it, you know? Like, Joe Public at home is going to be like, oh, wow, I feel terrible for them. One's dating John Cena.
Is that John McCain's guy?
One's married to Daniel Bryan. They're both making millions of dollars on television. Action figures, video games, T-shirts.
AJ involved as well. So are we going into a tag team situation, a Night of Champions?
I don't know what it is about AJ. She's just really good at what she does. She's
Wrestling?
just that. No, just her character. Her character is so good.
She is one of the top characters in all of professional wrestling right now.
Yeah, just by the way she presents herself, the way she carries herself, the smirk, the look, the skip, the way she flicks her hair.
She's got a ton of confidence.
Yeah.
And she backs it up with the Divas Championship.
Well, she's not the champion right now.
Well, maybe she will become Night of Champions. Match was just made.
I don't think so. I don't see it.
Really?
Which you hear quite often.
What I would rather not have seen this past Monday night on Raw was Heath Slater, who is endorsed, you know, get attacked by a man dressed in a bunny suit. I'll repeat that. Heath Slater get attacked by a man dressed in a bunny suit.
Peter Cottontail beat down the one-man rock band.
And I believe Michael Cole put it over more so than anything else that happened on Raw this past Monday night.
Because they don't. That announce team needs to get an overhaul.
You know, I love JBL. I am a JBL mark true and through. I believe he is a wrestling god. I believe he is a commentary god. But lately, Mr. Layfield has been obnoxious on the broadcast team.
Now you know what I deal with.
And I don't know, it seems as if he's trying too hard to be the heel of the three. And I don't know what, you know, obviously Cole's a play-by-play guy. What's Jerry Lawler's role? What's JBL's role? Who should be playing what, if you will,
you know
in
what?
that three-man?
They're not getting the stories over.
Yeah.
They're more concerned about the app, the network, their own inside jokes, their own stuff, instead of telling a story that's in the ring that makes viewers want to watch next week, which then makes the viewers want to buy the pay-per-view for $9.99.
Or $54.99.
Right. Either
On
or.
pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
Which you don't have to do on the network.
No.
Because it's free with the network.
But you still pay $9.99, so it's not free.
Unless you buy the pay-per-view on cable.
Then it's $54.99.
Not $9.99.
Right.
You're right.
Because that's on the network.
It is. You know what? There were some good things about Raw this past Monday night, though. And we'll talk about those in just a minute. But first, let's go to Linda Kay, who's got yet another Blizzard Brawl talent announcement.
Well, she would know.
Blizzard Brawl 10 comes to the Waukesha County Expo Center on Saturday, December 6th for a hot night of action. Last week we announced that Brodus Clay would be wrestling at the annual GLCW event, and now we are pleased to announce that former WWE star Ricardo Rodriguez has also been signed for the event. We'll announce more names each week here on Primetime, and you can go to blizzardbrawl.com to order your tickets now. Blizzard Brawl 10, Saturday, December 6th at the Waukesha County Expo Center.
Wow. Do you think Ricardo can announce me?
I'm sure he could, but there's no R's in your name.
Well, he can modify it. I can get a gimmick name. Or, yeah. What would my wrestling name be? David Hero.
I can't say that here. Chocolate pudding.
Let's continue talking about WWE. And as I said, there were some good points on Raw this past Monday night. And how about that aggression shown by Goldust and Stardust against the Usos? I'm loving it, David Hero. We've got now an evil side, if you will, of the Dusts.
It's almost like seeing an evil Siegfried and Roy.
Or an evil Doink.
No.
Siegfried and Roy?
Yeah.
There's no tiger?
Not anymore.
Goldust and Stardust on their way to a tag team title match with the Usos for sure.
Do you know why you can't have the Usos as the heels?
No, not at all.
Because you have to have a strong veteran in Goldust be the heel to help call that match and put it together.
Yes.
And they've invested a lot of time and money into the Usos.
They have. And the Usos are over.
They are over.
They have one of the best entrances, which hypes up the crowd in the business right now.
I don't understand the word they're saying, but, you know.
Ooh.
I know that I get. You know what USO stands for? Brother. Brothers. The Usos, they're brothers. You had no idea, did you?
I knew that. Rikishi actually told me that one day.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, back in Miami at Shenanigans.
Oh, yeah. That was an interesting conversation.
Not as interesting as others. Mark Henry is deeply entrenched now in a feud with Rusev. Rusev and Mark Henry, here's what I like. From Swagger to Henry, Henry, an Olympic medalist as well.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Do you think Mark Henry's going to dust off the old sexual chocolate to try to entice Lana? Would that be a great storyline?
That would be fantastic.
It would be fun to watch.
But I think, and we'll talk about this later, that Mark Henry is one of those names that could be one of the future opponents for Brock Lesnar. And in order for that to happen, Mark Henry needs to be a believable monster again.
He's not going to beat Rusev. No one's beating Rusev right now.
But, okay, even though Swagger did they not protect Swagger through that?
Yeah, but you can't protect Mark Henry. He's going to have to beat Mark Henry. You can't just keep protecting all these guys.
Maybe we should just ask the people who participated in Bo's America this past Monday night. Bo Dallas. You didn't like that?
No.
That was the second best part of the show. It was hilarious. They lost their faith in America because Jack Swagger couldn't beat Rusev.
First of all, the one guy gambled. Illegal. Don't gamble your money you don't have.
It's life savings.
The other guy wasn't here illegally. That's his own fault. Okay? And I don't know what Miss Natural's problem was. Seriously.
John Cena on SmackDown last night, a rare appearance. Chris Jericho as well. Star-studded SmackDown, yet a very uneventful SmackDown all at the same time.
Well, like Paul Heyman said, it's the B show.
He did say that.
He did say that.
He did say that. That is this week's WWE Report, ladies and gentlemen. Still so much more to come here on the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time, including talk on this past Wednesdays, TNA. Got down to the ring hot news, and we go in-depth looking at who is next for Brock Lesnar after John Cena.
Next?
All that coming up next here on the Pro Wrestling Report.
Are you implying something by saying that?
Hi, gang. Mean Gene Okerlund here on My 24, and you're watching the Pro Wrestling Report. All of the news about wrestling, not only here in Milwaukee, but throughout the world. Stay up to date. Join us every Saturday night.
When you're diamond shopping, variety is important. At Robert Hack Diamonds, we'll show you multiple diamonds side by side underneath the microscope and show you what to look for when buying a diamond. GIA graduate gemologists are on staff for expert diamond grading. Robert Hack has affordable prices on all diamonds, including diamonds certified by the GIA. Need a mounting for your diamond? Our selection is huge. Buy your diamonds today at Robert Hack Diamonds or visit roberthackdiamonds.com.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report, PrimeTime, Saturday night. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Hero here on September 6th, 2014. And let's go into this week's TNA Impact Wrestling Report. As you know, Impact Wrestling now on Wednesday nights on Spike TV. The show this past week kicked off with a tremendous knockouts matchup between Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell. I mean, at what point during this matchup, David Hero, and these two have delivered time and time again. One point during this matchup, I think it was a neck breaker on the stairs outside the ring that they showed over and over again, and they should have, because there was no give in those steps as both Gail Kim and Taryn Terrell fell on them. But what a matchup. Gail Kim ultimately winning, but it was Havoc who would make her debut at the end of that matchup. Impressive, big girl, dwarfing both Terrell and Gail Kim.
I don't get it. You know, they've gone through Awesome Kong, they've gone through Lady Tapa, now they're bringing Havoc. But is she going to make people want to buy tickets?
I think so. I mean, you're adding more depth to the Knockouts division by adding her.
So you get rid of an ODB, but you bring in a Havoc.
Fresh meat?
Well, for you, but, you know, I don't know.
Homicide gets a title shot at Samoa Joe for the X Division Championship, winning matchup on Impact this past Wednesday. Is Homicide the right guy over a low key,
He's the right guy because all that was taped in New York. So he came in at a discount, which is what TNA has to do at times. You know, don't smirk, don't laugh, you know it's the truth. They booked a lot of people on these New York shows that are just a drive-in. There's no airfare. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it is what it is. So get their 4 or 5 weeks worth out of them, and they're not going to bring them back. They're not going to, you know, take them on the road. Well, they can't because there's no more house shows booked for the rest of the year.
Fact.
You know, they just really...
And no more live events department.
They only really have their TV tape, 4 nights of TV in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
And Bound for Glory.
At the
in Japan.
No. The same building in Bethlehem 4 nights in a row at a casino.
Bethlehem's a big wrestling town. WWE used to do long TV tapings there. 4 nights in
a row.
At the Sands Casino.
Yes. Which
not to be confused with the Sands Casino.
Which they're already now selling. If you buy 1 ticket for $40, you get the second at $25.
Hell of a deal.
They're already discounting. Not good.
How's Bound for Glory going to work?
On tape delay. It's going to be in Japan. They can't show it live here.
Why is it in Japan?
I have a funny hunch that the agreement they have with the Japanese touring company they work with is probably paying for most of the expenses to showcase their talents. But what I'm more concerned about is they have a Hall of Fame induction with Bully Ray and Devon without having either guy under contract.
It's said that both guys are working on a per date basis through this time.
Right.
Meaning, you know, they're almost in a situation with Bully Ray as WWE was with Jeff Jarrett when he lost the Intercontinental Championship to China.
Here's the thing. They can't afford to be late on paydays. Because Bully Ray's the kind of guy that'd be like, I'm not going to Japan. Mm-hmm. Build this whole thing around us. I'm not going to be there. What are they going to do? Say he missed his flight?
Why would they do Bound for Glory in New York? Wouldn't that have made more sense?
Absolutely. We might have gone to that.
I wouldn't have. Sorry.
You know it's always fun.
Everything but the wrestling show, yes.
Yeah. New York. You love those Irish pubs.
I absolutely love especially the Mean Fiddler, which I plan to be back at shortly.
That's your new one now?
Yeah.
What was the other one called?
It was called Hurley's. It's
Hurley's.
Still
there. That happens after hours.
Hurley's, you go to Mean Fiddler because they're open till 4.
Oh.
All right, that's this week's TNA Impact Wrestling Report, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now go to this week's DWHS and find out what's on the mind of David here.
A lot. The WWE is trying to make the fans interested in the Bella Twins feud. Nobody's buying it, and the fans will change the channel. Nobody wants to see a family in fighting. Nobody. Pro wrestling used to be every fan's escape from reality, where larger-than-life good guys battled larger-than-life bad guys. It was a place where fans could go to forget about their everyday problems. Now the WWE has decided that it's best for business to have a program with 2 sisters playing the blame game. For the fans that can relate, they are uncomfortable. For the fans that cannot, it's terrible acting. Nobody will come out of this feud a bigger star, with the exception being Stephanie McMahon. Leave real-life drama out of pro wrestling and go back to character development. And with that, David Hero has spoken.
Welcome to the PWR Event Center, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Saturday, September 13th, Mean Gene Okerlund, Al Snow, and Thea Rosita Trinidad will be signing at Heroes and Legends in Fort Wayne, Indiana from 2 to 6 p.m. Milwaukee's first Comic-Con, Fantasticon, will take place October 24th through the 26th at the Ramada Milwaukee Airport, featuring stars from CW18's Arrow, along with Mean Gene Okerlund, Al Snow, and Thea Rosita Trinidad. Get information on both of these events right now at blizzardbrawl.com. PWR is pleased to bring shenanigans back to WrestleMania, and we guarantee you that it'll be the biggest party event of WrestleMania weekend. Big Sexy Kevin Nash is again hosting the Shenanigans Party in San Jose, and already signed for the event are several divas and knockouts, including former TNA knockout Rosita and former WWE diva Melina. PWR has also signed DJ Z-Mayan to be the official DJ for the Shenanigans Club Party. All attendees will get free food and free drinks all night long at the party, along with the red carpet meet and greet. Tickets for the Shenanigans Club Party are available right now at pwrshow.com, and if you order now, you get a special early bird pricing saving of $15 off your ticket. Don't wait, buy now and be a part of the biggest party of WrestleMania weekend in San Jose, the Shenanigans Club Party with PWR.
Shenanigans Club Party coming to San Jose. What a night it's going to be in WrestleMania weekend, on WrestleMania weekend. But without further ado, folks, let's get to this week's Diamond of the Ring. David Hero, take it away.
This week's Robert Hack Diamond of the Ring is the HDIC, the head diva in charge, Stephanie McMahon. The way she cut off AJ Lee from skipping around the ring, put both Bellas in their place, and even gave the look to, what is her name? The British chick.
Paige?
Paige, yes.
She's British, you know.
She is British, you know. So Stephanie McMahon once again shows she is the most powerful diva, if not superstar, in that locker room. This week's Robert Hack Diamond of the Ring, the place where they pay cash for gold. And yes, they have lots of diamonds. Stephanie McMahon.
Let's go down to Linda Kay with this week's Hot News.
Welcome to PWR Hot News, bringing you the biggest wrestling news stories of the week. WWE Hall of Famer Jake Roberts was hospitalized later last week in Las Vegas. Roberts was suffering from double pneumonia, and doctors discovered a mass in his brain that is believed to be a result of his years of wrestling. Roberts is expected to be moved out of intensive care over the weekend, but will likely still remain hospitalized. PWR wishes Roberts the best in his recovery. WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross is returning to the broadcast position, but this time for MMA. MMAfighting.com is reporting that Ross will make his MMA commentary debut for Battleground MMA, which will likely be available on pay-per-view on October 3rd in Oklahoma. Ross is scheduled to join suspended UFC fighter Sonnen for commentary on a one-night, 8-man welterweight tournament featuring former UFC and Strikeforce fighters. And that's it for this week's Hot News.
Thank you, Linda. Always fun to get the hot news from the wrestling business. But now it's time to go in depth. And as we said, it's time to talk a little bit more about Brock Lesnar, as we did last week, David Hero. And last week we did go in depth on why Brock Lesnar is the only choice for WWE champion right now. Well, this week we want to take a look at just who might be next for the Beast after he is done with John Cena. Now, this is assuming that Lesnar beats Cena at Night of Champions, as he should. Where will it go from there? We know that Lesnar will not be appearing every week on WWE television, but you have to expect that he will be appearing at each WWE pay-per-view event going forward, and hopefully all the way to WrestleMania in San Jose as champion. Given that there only seems to be a few names that can be viewed as legitimate threats to Brock Lesnar, let's take a look at some of those names and those few men who might qualify and discuss how they should be set up pre-Lesnar and the best way to book them leading up to WrestleMania. So David, here I'll go over a list of names. All right, we can do process of elimination.
Don't mention Bo Dallas.
He's not on the list.
Thank God.
But I will start with a man who has had a history with Brock Lesnar already, and that man is the Big Show. We're bridging the gap, basically. So let's say Cena loses as he should at Night of Champions. So you got to do something else between.
So we have to book October, November, December, January, basically.
And I think one or two of these men on this list, if not three, will end up being involved with Lesnar after Cena.
I hope we don't see another Big Show Brock Lesnar.
The ring broke.
I just don't think the people would buy it. I don't think they want to see it. I think that the Big Show's time as being a legitimate contender for the title is gone. I mean, and here's why. We already see Rowan and Harper pick up Big Show and slam him on Raw.
Just last week, I think.
So it's not special to see Lesnar pick up Big Show now and slam him or F5 him.
That's a great point.
That's why you pay me the big bucks to be here.
And we're talking about who's legit. Too legit to quit, if you will.
You know what?
Because you can't put a Dean Ambrose up against Brock Lesnar and expect him to come close to winning if John Cena can't even do the same thing.
And people say, oh, Ambrose or Rollins could. No, they can't. CM Punk couldn't do it. Remember?
Key point, John Cena couldn't do it.
If I'm going to book Brock Lesnar through Royal Rumble, because that's what you really have to get through is Royal Rumble. Because after Rumble, you have to start building up the rest of the WrestleMania card.
Well, but I'm intrigued by who he might face at WrestleMania.
Well, but let's just get to Rumble.
Okay.
You got to figure Sheamus is going to be in there eventually.
Sheamus is on the list.
Because Sheamus needs to have a program with Brock Lesnar to elevate Sheamus so that Sheamus can almost beat the Beast. I think they could have some decent matches. Two big powerhouse guys, both athletic guys, could do some cool stuff. I would have Sheamus go with Brock after Cena.
Sheamus is first.
In October, yes.
Okay.
Then you got to figure you got to book Survivor Series. There's only one match I book at Survivor Series. Brock Lesnar against Randy Orton.
Really?
In Randy Orton's hometown of St. Louis, Missouri.
Really?
Absolutely. You have a violent, aggressive Randy Orton against a beast in Brock Lesnar. That is a punch, kick, scratch, bite, fight.
Here's the vision.
I would rather see Orton versus Lesnar than Cena versus Lesnar again.
Really?
Absolutely.
When did you become a Randy Orton guy?
I'm not a Randy Orton guy, but it's a better matchup because you need someone as vicious as Brock Lesnar to fight Brock Lesnar. And Randy Orton can do that.
Fair enough.
So then you have Orton and Lesnar at Survivor Series and then in December. And then you set up the Royal Rumble.
And of course, Lesnar's winning all these matches.
He has to win all these matches. Because whoever beats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania is going to beat the hottest talent in the wrestling world at that time, who will have defeated John Cena twice and everybody else in the company.
Do you think
so whoever beats Brock Lesnar is getting a torch passed to them.
Do you think there's a chance that Lesnar loses to Cena at Night of Champions?
Not a chance.
Snowball's chance?
No way.
Well, folks, when we come back, we're going to talk about a couple of more names of qualified candidates for Brock Lesnar. We've already got Sheamus and Randy Orton on the list. But who indeed will be that man at WrestleMania, at least from what we know now, who will take on Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? When we come back here on the Pro Wrestling Report Prime Time.
Hey guys, this is TNA Knockout Velvet Sky, and I just want to say congratulations on 16 awesome years to the Pro Wrestling Report. Keep it up, guys, and I hope for many more. Good job. Yeah, baby.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, the insurance company may try to stop you from getting what's fair.
They better be careful. Now I've got Gruber Law Offices.
One call, that's all.
Due to college football airing on My 24 Milwaukee next week, PWR will not air next Saturday night. In the meantime, you can head to PWRshow.com and check out Damien's one-on-one interview with the controversial Vince Russo. Please join us as we return to the airwaves with an all-new primetime in 2 weeks right here on My 24 Milwaukee.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report, primetime Saturday night. Damien Nelson and David Hero.
Yes.
Sitting here for the My 24 Milwaukee studios. And for that time out, we're talking about qualified candidates, if you will, for Brock Lesnar post John Cena. Sheamus being the first is your pick, David Hero. Followed by Randy Orton going through November and December. And then you've got the Royal Rumble where you seemingly need another marquee match for Brock Lesnar, or do you?
You really don't. You don't. I mean, in the past, they've had Brock Lesnar versus Bob Holly at the Royal Rumble.
That legit happened, yes.
You know? Yeah. So because the Royal Rumble match is the main event of the show.
Yes.
So, and think about it, they've had Kane versus John Cena at the Rumble. And Elimination Chamber. So, it could be Kane against Brock Lesnar.
Well, let me go through the rest of the names who I think are qualified candidates, if you will, for Brock Lesnar, who could be viewed as a legitimate threat to Brock Lesnar, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, please agree or disagree. We've already talked about the Big Show. Earlier we talked about Mark Henry, but officially, what would you say, reference Mark Henry? Remember his dominant run as champion when he was the beast, if you will.
Do you honestly think Mark Henry has a chance to beat Brock Lesnar?
I honestly think that he could be perceived as having a chance to beat Brock Lesnar,
but you don't want to see somebody able to pick up and throw Brock Lesnar around the ring, because you want him to be unstoppable. And now if the fans see Mark Henry, even Big Show, pick him up, toss him around, whip him around the ring, well, now he's really not indestructible. Now he's not Doomsday. You know what I mean?
Tossed him around and thrown him around. Not in a match, but in promos and whatnot, or in segments.
That's different. It's not in the match. And Cena can't pick up Brock Lesnar the way a Mark Henry can.
Triple H.
Not going to happen again. That's done.
Bray Wyatt.
He would kill Bray. He would kill Bray Wyatt.
But Bray could be viewed as crazy enough to make sense enough to try to take on Brock Lesnar.
Well, if they want to keep Brock Lesnar a heel, absolutely, because the fans would get behind Bray Wyatt. But
is that how you make Bray a solid face? Looks like the split between he and the Harper and Rowan are already happening. Not that they're breaking up, but they're sort of distancing the group.
Here's what you have to ask yourself.
Why do I sit here next to you every week?
No, we don't know that because I make you look good. But take the network and $9.99 out of it. Would you pay $55 to watch Bray Wyatt versus Brock Lesnar?
A lot of people would. Absolutely.
I said, would you?
Would I, Damian Nelson?
Yes.
Yes.
I wouldn't.
You know. Cesaro, the man who won the Andre the Giant over the top rope battle royal at WrestleMania. The man who's stronger than he should be based on his size. No? Rusev.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. But then you turn Brock Lesnar babyface because they're going to get behind him.
Daniel Bryan.
If Daniel Bryan wants to come back from all these surgeries to go in the ring with Brock Lesnar and get suplexed 16 times, go right ahead. So why do you laugh at that?
Who? Because it's true. Who?
I just told you. Sheamus and Randy Orton.
WrestleMania 31, San Jose, Levi's Stadium. Who is going to Silicon Valley to take on the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar? Who will it be, David Hero?
If it was me, if I was given the pencil to book the main event for WrestleMania,
as of right now,
I would have The Rock versus Brock. Not Roman Reigns against Brock Lesnar. As of right now, today, because Roman Reigns is not ready for Brock Lesnar yet. He's not. Here's why.
Don't believe that.
No, here's why he's not ready. How long is the average Roman Reigns match on television?
I don't know. I haven't done the math yet. It turns
4 minutes. Okay? It's about 4 minutes.
I think you're wrong.
I know I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'm probably mistaken. Okay? But he doesn't have enough offense. He doesn't have enough
Can he get it in the next 6
seasoning.
months?
He better, if the plan is for Reigns against Brock Lesnar, you have to have someone that can go in there and compete for 30 minutes.
Here's what I will say. I feel that only one person can beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship when that time comes. One person. And that one person is Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar has to beat himself, as you've made that point very much so in the past. He has to beat himself. Some mistake, some error,
Do you know
some
what match
arrogance.
they need to have?
What's that?
The match they never had? Austin and Brock Lesnar.
Not gonna happen.
I know it's not, but that would be money.
Well, folks, continue the discussion on our website, PWRshow.com, also on Twitter, at PWR Show on Twitter. That's this week's show. For that one, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you so much for watching in. We'll see you in 2 weeks back here on My 24 Milwaukee.